Welcome to Twisted Tales.
Twisted Tales, hell, blood and bones and uncombed trails. Twisted Tales, hell, true got teeth and drags and nails. Urban riding, back road sins, dead men talking through the wind. Cursed objects, killer lore. Once you hear it, you want more.
Good evening, everybody. This is Jeremy, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Twisted Tales, brought to you on Wicked Wednesdays of the All Access Network. Previously, Nathaniel Elwell and all of the people on that show, Paranormal Unveiled, did an amazing job this evening, and Christina Bloom earlier did an amazing job as well. This is the official podcast of the Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention, something I'm very looking forward to, September 12th and 13th in Augusta, Maine. If you guys are in the area, please come check it out. It's going to be a heck of a time. So without further ado, I would like to introduce this evening's guests, the Ghost Watchers Project team, the founder, Lucky Belcamino, as well as her team members, Erin Gove and Kara and Susan. Please come on in.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
We're back.
No, thank you, ladies, for coming on this evening. It's an amazing time. The gremlins in the studio got a hold of my throat, and I have no idea what happened to it, but we're going to have a good time. Hey, Raven, how are you?
Hi, Raven.
Yeah. So I'd like you guys to go around and introduce yourselves and, just let people know a little bit about you. Lucky, if you would like to start.
Hey, guys, I'm Lucky Belcamino. I want to just say thank you, Jeremy, for inviting me on with the team. I am the creator of the Ghost Watchers Project. And I was the past official psychic at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast in Fall River and the creator and founder of New England Paranormal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Erin, would you like to?
Well, I've been following the paranormal for quite some time, along with Sue. We've been friends for many, many years. And then finally got my opportunity when Lucky was looking for some team members. So vet tech to paranormal investigator, LOL.
My turn?
Yes,
all right, so I'm Susan. So I am a psychic medium working with the Ghost Watchers team, which is awesome. I've known Erin for a very long time. I met Lucky a few years ago. Also vet tech field. But I mean, paranormal has just always been part of my life, and I've been, freaking people out since I was little with it. So why not, investigate it? Always called to it, do readings and stuff. Me and Erin both do Reiki. And it's just been a journey, and I love it.
That's really cool. I mean, it's a wacky world, the paranormal. There's so many different aspects to it, whether you're down with the psychic medium or paranormal investigators. And so, what actually drew you to the paranormal? Like what was your first real experience that actually made you want to actually get involved more in the paranormal?
For me?
Yeah, anybody can answer.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Jeremy, can I interrupt you real quick?
Please do, Lucky.
I can't hear Erin or Susan, but I can hear you.
Okay, so Lucky can't hear either one of you, but she can hear me. So
yeah, I can.
If they ask me
everybody.
a question and want me to jump in, just let me know.
Yeah. I was having Susan answer what drew her to the paranormal. Like, what was her first paranormal experience? And I'm going to go around the horn and ask everybody individually, so we can try to keep the flowing.
Jeremy, let her know I can text her too if she can't hear. I can always send her a text of the question if needed.
Yeah, Erin said she can send you a text of the question, but I think you can hear me, so that shouldn't be too much.
Oh, dear.
Oh, we lost Lucky.
We lost her.
Okay. All right. So I guess, the first paranormal experience I can remember, I was really little. And I went into the kitchen, to get an apple out of the fridge. And I remember opening the drawer. I remember the carpenter ant crawling across the floor, and a man yelled at me to, put that, don't touch it. And I dropped it and ran out of the room screaming. And I don't know. Things have always just followed me. I've seen things forever. And I mean, I think one of the biggest things was like when I think I was in like high school when, um, oh my God, when Jane Grant started coming on and stuff like that. And it was like, oh my God, you can actually do that. And that really kind of kickstarted my curiosity into, you know, investigating.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
No.
Aaron, what drew you into the paranormal?
Well, I don't, I've always loved the afterlife, like what the questions of what's beyond, what's more. I've never actually had any experiences that got me into it. It was
Okay.
more of just the wanting to know more. And then, once I started going to the cons, I was really getting into it, and forget it from there. Yeah, I was fascinated. So here I am.
It is amazing. It really is. And Lucky, I'm going to love to ask you the same question because I know that you have a very story, but please enlighten everybody about your history in the paranormal.
Yes, thank you. Well, I come from a long line of women mystics, psychics. I mean, you name it. I grew up in a big Italian family in Reading, Mass. And as a young girl, I would watch my two older sisters and my mother table tip in the living room. For a little girl to see something as magical as my two sisters and mother sitting around an old card table and the dang thing levitating in the air. And when I was 8 years old, I was visited by my maternal grandmother in full body apparition, and she whispered in my right ear, "You have it and you'll know when to use it." And I didn't tell my mom or my sisters that I had heard her or saw her apparition till I was about 16. And when I had the nerve to finally tell them, they all giggled like little kids and said, "Nana visited us too, just like that, and instilled the gift to us." So it's a long family history. And since that I've been a little girl, I've been seeing magical things. And when I became an adult and old enough to realize what gifts I had is when the floodgates really opened up.
No, I definitely, it's amazing. Hey, Sean, how you doing, man? So, it's an amazing experience. I'm very happy for all the amazing experiences that I've had. I actually met Lucky 15 years ago or so.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
I forget exactly where it was. It might have been, was it either Lizzie Borden's or it was?
Yep. It was one of my Lizzie Borden events. You were actually on New England Paranormal with Jean, your wife, for a while too. Absolutely.
Yes, I was,
My team. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was a fun experience. We definitely had a lot of fun being part of the team, and
Yeah.
now you have this brand new venture. The Ghost Watchers project. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. How did you come up with the name, and like what made you decide to go in this particular direction?
Candace and I were actually contacted by a company to put together a new project for a TV show for the Travel Channel. And we put together something called Sky Watchers. It was going to be up in Maine, and it was including two friends of ours that do have some experiences with UFOs up in the Maine area. And we put together the whole TV show we put together. And
Hi, guys.
it never got through. But then a couple years ago, after I got through doing all my cancer
Morgan.
treatments, I wanted to put together a new team and an all-female team. And I wasn't going to be included in the team. I just had this great idea about something called the Ghost Watchers. And it came into the name of the Ghost Watchers Project. And I put some feelers out for some people to, possibly join the team. And I interviewed a lot of people, and Erin, Kara, and Susan made the final cut. So here we are today.
That's amazing. So, Aaron, why don't you tell me a little bit about how did you decide that you actually wanted to be part of an actual like paranormal team?
Just following it for so long and watching all the shows. I was one of those people who got sucked in. And when Lucky was looking, I actually didn't make the cut, but I kept pushing. I kept messaging saying, "Hey, do you have any little parts that I might be able to do?"
She was fabulous. Let me tell you, I love this woman for her sheer. I love Susan to death because I've known Susan for a long time. And
Yeah.
I've come in throes of, I knew who Erin was, and Kara was actually on my team too. And I cannot tell you that I could have not picked a better 3-woman team than Erin, Susan, and Kara. I'm getting chills just talking about these women because I think they're fabulous and they have a lot to bring to the paranormal field. I do. I really do.
No, that's
Thank you.
Thank
amazing.
you.
Susan, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your
Yeah.
your psychic medium.
Mhm.
When did you actually discover your gifts for the first time?
Oh boy. Well, we could put it as I guess my grandmother discovered them when I was really little. I don't remember it. I was told what happened because I was only like 3 or 4 years old, and I freaked her out. There was like, she lived overlooking the beach in Winthrop, and there was a storm going on. I was out on the porch, and I came in. She heard me talking, just thinking, I'm playing with my toy. She's like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" And I was like, "Oh, the man on the porch." And she went flying out there. Nobody there. I mean, her house was over a cliff, and she came in. She was like, grilling me about questions and stuff. And I went over to a picture, I guess, to my grandfather, who in the picture was very young. I never met him. And I said, "That man," and she said, "You were talking to him." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, what did you talk about?" And I apparently told her something that like only her and my grandfather knew about. Like my mother didn't know about it. And it freaked her out, and my mom came to pick me up and she was like, "Your kid's freaking me out." And it kind of shut off like the medium part. Like I could always sense things and everything for a long time. And then
Right.
when I was 24, my mother passed away. And
Oh.
it was
Hey,
like
Nate.
the gate blew open. And it was like I was just seeing stuff all the time. Things were talking to me. And I actually went to another psychic medium in Gloucester, and she actually kind of helped me figure out what was going on after having a conversation with my sister-in-law. And I was like, you might think I'm kind of weird. And she was like, "Me think you're weird?" And I just kind of started working with that psychic and kind of developing into what I can do now. And it just keeps kind of growing on things that I can do. So
That's amazing.
it's awesome.
It really is. I've always been curious. I always ask every psychic medium that I get a chance to talk to because I have my particular abilities that I am able to do.
Yeah.
And how do you receive message? I always find that interesting. Everybody has it a little bit different. How do you actually receive message from people from the other side of the
It kind of depends. Sometimes I could be doing the dishes and all of a sudden stuff starts coming in. Or
Yeah.
I'll be sitting on the couch and all of a sudden I'll get like 10 people talking to me. And that actually happened one night. And I was like, "I need a pen and paper." And I was writing everything down. And, my boyfriend looked at me and he's like, "You have a reading coming up?" And I was like, "Not that I know of." And like the next day I got a call for a reading, and I was like, "Oh, that's who that was all for." And everything that I had written down was for the person that was the reading.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
That
So
is
it
pretty
just
cool.
kind of, it comes in whenever it wants to. Obviously, if I want it to come in, I can sit in a place and start picking up stuff, and I kind of walk around. And the more I
Right.
walk around, and with me, it's keeping my hands busy a lot. So a lot of times, I'll have like, I'll be twiddling my rings, or I'll have like a little crystal ball or something,
Right.
just a crystal sphere to kind of keep my hands busy. And that kind of, I guess, gets my gears starting to go, or even, I have tarot cards that like, I'll just flip them just to keep my hands busy. I don't know. It just comes in.
I hate
That's
it when
not like-
I hate it when I'm pushing a cart through the grocery store and here comes Dad from up above trying to talk to his wife who's in front of me picking up, bread or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
It's
that-
happened
that's-
to me.
I'm
even
like,
in a
this is not the
bookstore.
place. It happens everywhere,
Yeah.
Sue, and you know that. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
one of
Lucky,
the
do you ever
first
do that
times was in a
Teresa
bookstore.
Caputo thing? You just start to talk to people in public?
Yeah. Like, I remember when I first started like taking classes, like kind of trying to learn to connect better.
Yeah.
I was in Barnes and Nobles and up in Erin's area, up in the mall, and I'm in the our section that we're always in, and I'm looking for a book, and all of a sudden there's a spirit next to a guy waving, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" It's the first time I've ever like walked up to someone in public that wasn't like asking me for a reading, and I was like, "Well, he's in the same section as me, and I'm gonna go for it." And
Awesome.
everything perfect, and it surprised me. And he was like, "Well, thank you. I wasn't expecting that coming to the bookstore." I said, "Me neither. I was just trying to get a book."
That's pretty cool.
Awesome
Yeah, it
stuff.
was cool.
So
And it surprised me. So
when I first started learning like how to connect with spirit on the other side, they started off like shapeless, and then they become in like silhouette, and then they actually started coming in full detail. Did you have a similar experience that way, or did it just automatically come in full detail for you when you started getting involved more?
I mean, it's kind of like a muscle. So like the more like I use it, the stronger it is. And
Right.
sometimes it doesn't matter whether, I have my open or close sign, as I like to say, like they don't care. If they want their
No.
message through enough, they'll get it through, especially if it's something like that needs to be said. But
Right.
a lot of times I find they're pretty respectful if I'm like trying to rest, if it's not something that's like imminent, like I need to know it now. But I mean, it's more like I see it in my mind. Sometimes I see them like I see regular people, but more or less it's like, third eye as I see them, or they say my seeing, my hearing, because like I'll hear things that other people don't.
Right.
Like even when I'm reviewing evidence, like I'll hear tones other people don't. And I'll pick out, the smallest little EVP and I'll pull it up and I'll just amplify the sound, and everybody's like, how did you even hear that? And I'm like, I have like supersonic hearing. Like, I don't know.
No,
I'm like, it's really weird, but
that's pretty cool. Lucky, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you the same question, because I know you've been doing it a lot longer than I have. I want to know how did that happen for you? Like, did they come in gradually, or did it all just come in like all at once?
I started seeing them in my closet as a little girl after would, see my mom and two sisters doing the table tipping, and they would talk to me and I would hear
Right.
their voices. And then all of a sudden my gifts got stronger
Right.
in time, and I would hear them, see them. They would, touch me, tap me, move things in my house. I mean, Jeepers crow, let me tell you, talk about stuff moving in my house. Yeah. Pennies would show up, dimes would show up, nickels would show up. It's amazing. There's a lot of skeptics out there,
Yeah.
but I can tell you vehemently that things that happen like that, if there's no explanation for it, how do you explain it? It's got to be supernatural. It's an anomaly.
Agreed.
You have to believe that. I mean, we have UFOs. They talk about having, nobody wanted to talk about seeing UFOs before. Now all of a sudden, all these things are coming out that there's other beings out there. There's a reason that all these things are happening in the world.
Agreed.
And I know for a fact, and that's just my personal opinion, because I did see the afterlife when my maternal grandmother came through. We're all going somewhere, okay?
Right.
There are ghosts out there,
Mhm.
and w- I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
How about you, Aaron? Have you started working on your psychic abilities
Well, I've had people tell me, like, I'll tell people, like, I don't feel things. I'm not like that. Like, we went to the old wooden jail and there was a woman there, and Sue is always telling me, yes, you do. And this
Yes,
woman
she
looked at me and
does.
yes,
she goes,
does.
are
Yes,
you
she
sure?
does.
And Lucky also, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, work in progress. Trying
There's
to believe
nothing
in
wrong.
myself.
Erin is very deep. Erin is like Candace, and Jeremy, I know you know Candace's MOD. She's an analytical, she's a thinker,
Yep.
she's a skeptical believer, but Erin is really, really deep. She takes a lot in. And I think
Yeah.
that when she comes into herself, and the more that she grows with me being a mentor to the girls on the team, she's gonna really be something to watch out for. And Susan, listen, girl, you got it all going on right now. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. These women are incredible. Just incredible. I can't brag enough about them. I really can't. And I want to get them out there. I want them, to shine and to let people know who they are and what their abilities are. And
Right.
that's why we're trying to get some more events going on and stuff. But it's very difficult, to get events, because we want to be careful of places that we go to. We want to make sure that they're reputable and that's something we can do to help the location and the people who possibly run it or own it.
Right.
And that makes perfect sense, and it's a great direction to go in, especially seeing that. I know, Lucky, I know you've been there and done it all. I've been, I think my wife and I have been there and done a lot of it with you. So
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
great,
Over the years. Oh, there's been
DSK Pierce and all the interactions with Eno Sari and all the.
absolutely. And the Lizzie Borden and the Winchington Historical
Yes.
Society. And I mean, you name it. Yeah.
The Lizzie Borden that night. You guys were doing the table tipping in the parlor, and that cone of red light shot through the middle of the room.
I'm telling you, I've got more evidence
was
than
that?
I think. I've got more evidence, I think, than anybody's, because I did over 50 events at the Lizzie Borden in
Dude.
7 years as the psychic there. And I miss it. I'll be honest with you. I miss the history. I miss the mystery. I miss the spirits. I miss
Yeah.
my communication with Lizzie, because I would stay there at night when everybody would leave, and I would sit in her room on the bed and just have conversations with her. And I really miss that. Yeah, I really felt that I had a deep connection to her there. And I will say, and I'm not being judgmental, but I don't like what's going on there now, and I'm very hesitant to go back, to be honest with you. I have my stories and my memories and my book that I wrote,
Yep.
and yeah, it was a very special place for me. Very special.
I'll be honest, and I'm always honest because that's the way it is. I
Absolutely.
agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I didn't appreciate some of the commercialization that's been going on with the Lizzie
Oh,
board.
just
It
kill me. I hate it. I hate it.
did pain me to see some of the things going on. Not that I've been there since it switched over to that particular group. I'm not going to say any names because I don't
Sure,
do
of
that.
course. Oh, absolutely.
But no, I've heard stories from people who have stayed there recently. And it's not the same. It doesn't have the same magic that it used to.
It's really not. It's really not.
Aaron, Susan, have you guys been to the Lizzie Borden? Have you guys done anything?
I'm bummed I've never been. It's on my list.
Yeah.
And now I don't think I'll ever go.
Yeah, I went like I
Unfortunately.
think 5 years ago. It was one of Lucky's events I actually went to. It was
Okay.
an awesome experience. And
It really
of course,
was. I remember that
they-
night, Sue, when you and Eric were there. The evidence and the communication was over the
Yeah,
top
it
that
was
night.
awesome. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're sleeping in this room," and they put me in like the maid's room, which is like the most active room. And I'm like listening to things, walking around. And even Eric like was picking up on stuff in there, and he's like, "What is in here?" And I'm like,
Oh, the maid's
I just
room
started
on the third.
laughing.
On the
You know, a
third
lot of people,
floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bridget,
oh yeah,
from-
a lot of people shied away from staying up there. Like, I don't want to go up there. I want to stay in the, John Morse room or the, I'm like, listen, dude, you go to the third floor and you're not sleeping 1 inch tonight.
No, I can tell you
Yeah, like-
firsthand because the first time
Yep.
when Gina and I stayed at the Lizzie Borden, we had stayed in Bridget's room on the third floor, and she wouldn't let me sleep with the lights on. We were watching the Lizzie Borden movie with Elizabeth Montgomery on my
Yep.
tablet because she
Yeah.
wouldn't fall asleep, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had like I heard someone like walk up right to my side of the bed, and I was like, I had my eyes closed. I think Eric was already sleeping. He sleeps through everything. And I'm like, I said, look, I'm not here to interfere with you. I'm not here to bother you. I'm just going to sleep for a couple hours and then we can talk if you want,
Yeah.
And it was like the person walked away and I was just like, thank you
Yeah.
for letting me stay here. I don't mean you any harm, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, and I fell asleep shortly after that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem staying most time in haunted places. Aaron can attest to. I'm okay. And I'm
Right.
always about everybody's safety first too. So it's
Yeah.
if I'm not willing to stay in a place overnight, pretty much anyone with me probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But-
Don Woods and Leanne Wilbur, who are the owners of the Lizzie Borden and Maplecroft, when Leanne died, they sold the Lizzie Borden. And New England Paranormal was the last team that was allowed to go in the Maplecroft, Lizzie's adulthood home,
Gina and I were
for
there
an
too.
for an investigation. Yes, we were the
Yeah.
last group in there before it was sold to a private, residential deal. So very honored to be able to spend the last public investigation there. So yeah, I want to thank Dawn,
Yeah.
for allowing us to do that. Yeah, that was pretty special.
That
Pretty
place was
special.
amazing. And
Yeah.
Gina and I were part of that that evening
Yep.
with you guys. And you
Absolutely. Yes, it was wonderful.
So going back to Ghost Watchers, where was your very first investigation as a team? I'd like to hear about that as far as the Ghost
The
Watchers.
SK Pierce Mansion.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That
My
was a lot
first
of fun.
time being there also. It was incredible.
Hi, buddy.
What
Yeah,
an
so,
amazing
You
location.
want to say hi? Sorry,
You
my
guys-
dog.
Like, want to talk a little bit about investigation techniques? Like what do you guys like to do when you're actually in an investigation? Like especially the SK Pierce, which has been, investigated with every tool imaginable to mankind. Like, so
Yeah.
what do you guys do when you go into an investigation? Like, how do you go about your investigation?
Well, that one being so good. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Usually I kind of, stay outside for a few minutes and then go in and kind of walk around, see what like I see, and then kind of figure out where I'm feeling some hot spots, and we figure out where we're going to put equipment and stuff like that. But most time the first thing I like to do is walk around and kind of get a gauge of what's going on and see what I pick up first.
That's pretty cool.
Erin has a treasure trove of equipment. I've been doing this
Yeah,
for
she
over
does.
25 years, and I will tell you that this woman has, you name it, ghost hunting. Yes. So yeah, Erin is the master of all things when it comes to ghost hunting equipment.
Jeremy,
Nice.
I never wanted to do this. Just kidding.
Aaron, tell me about your equipment. Let's talk about your equipment. Like, what kind of equipment do you bring in, and what are your favorite pieces that you like to use in an investigation?
Oh boy, that's gonna be controversial.
We got time. It's all good.
I do like my XLS camera,
I love
just
it.
because it's like I want that, it's like I want and need that evidence. Like I want to see something. I want to see that experience it. But the cameras, I've got lots of cameras. We don't have like TV, video. We don't put lines out or any wires out or
Yeah.
anything like that. So
We don't have a command center. The girls are usually doing
No.
live stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just have a lot of like personal cameras that we put on different locations in the rooms, and my recorders. Obviously, I have recorders, REM pods, just the normal stuff. Music box.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like the music box. I do have what's it called? The Medusa wire, like trip wires.
I've only heard about them. I've never actually like seen them in action. So.
Yeah, you have to be careful though where you put them, because it can interact with things underneath the floor, wiring, things like that. So you have to, just like anything, you have to be conscious of what you're saying is evidence versus what's not.
You guys are familiar with the Estes method, correct? All of
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
Very.
That's a big one.
Very.
I tried
Sue and
some. Eric
Sue and I
and
break that out.
I know Eric and Sue came to Gettysburg to when was it? Sue, in July for Eric's birthday?
May.
In May.
May.
Oh God, it seems like it was just yesterday. And I did an experiment with Sue, and I've done this experiment with with Candace, using a metronome and putting Susan in a state of meditation, and using Candace's Shack Hack. So we're going to be actually promoting that new device around all of our events and stuff. More detail coming soon, but it's going to be really exciting.
That's
Using a
cool.
metronome. Yes, absolutely.
That's really cool. So
Yeah.
when you guys did your first investigation at the SK Pierce, did you actually get yield some results? Did you actually get some interesting material when you were at the SK?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got a lot of EVPs there. I don't think we didn't get so much like stuff happened while we were there. Like, I mean, we had like knocks and bangs and stuff like that.
Kara
I
had
like
the
a few
cat balls upstairs. Remember the cat balls?
Mhm.
Started rolling around the floor on her.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Eric, when we were setting stuff up, we were figuring out where we were going to put everything. We were up on the 3rd floor, and the door to the tower like popped open by itself as we're walking by, and I was like, yeah, that door just opened by itself.
Yeah.
So of course we put a camera on there, and it doesn't do it the rest of the night, because that's
Yeah.
how it goes.
I know. I got a dead bell, and I was sitting with Miriam Luoma. Is it Luoma? How to say her
Yeah.
last name?
Yeah.
And we were in the parlor, and the bell kept going off.
Awesome.
I got an EVP.
Yeah, I could hear that when I was upstairs.
Yeah, I got an EVP in the basement, which I didn't hear then. It was when we reviewed it. There was a man's voice in my ear. It said I don't know what it makes sense or not. It just said starve, like starve. And it was,
Oh, yeah,
if I had
you
heard it
sent
while
that
I was-
to me. Yeah, that was amazing capture. That
and if
was a
I
class
heard
A.
that
Yeah,
then,
EVP.
yeah,
That
I
was
would've-
No.
sick.
I would
Yeah.
Yo,
And then we were walking up the stairs, and it was just me and Eric going up to the 3rd floor. And I was walking up first. Eric was behind me because he had the camera. And I caught an EVP, which obviously I didn't hear at the time. But when I listened back, it said like, "Here's the witch, see the witch," which I get called the witch in like almost every location that we go to. Which I'm like, what did they see? But like, yeah, like we got a lot of EVPs at the Escape Harris house,
Yeah.
so it was cool.
That place is really cool. I'm kind of curious how it is right now because they put all those
Awesome.
haunted objects in the basement recently.
Right.
So
No,
they were in the, I think it was a Cody and
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
museum in the
Satori.
basement.
Satori.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how
Yeah.
the spirits there currently are actually interacting with the objects that are in the basement. You know,
I'm not sure about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have my reservations about doing something like that because of the fact that this place is so active and has been active, and putting something that's, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. I have reservations about that because it is so active, and then putting other things in there to, I guess, infiltrate, I guess, the spirits that linger there. Does that make sense?
intermingle,
Mhm.
like,
Intermingle. Yeah.
it,
I don't know. Be interesting to see what they find or
absolutely.
what
I mean,
happens with
I mean,
the activity.
I'd love to tour it while they have the objects in there just to see what the energy feels like.
Yeah, the energy is definitely going to be changed for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
lucky we used to go there when the thing wasn't even close to being renovated. It was bare bones.
Oh, there was that whole third floor was all full of pigeon crap, and the floors were falling in. I mean, we probably investigated there, what, Jeremy, 20 times, for God's sakes, back in the day
Oh yeah,
when
Wow.
Edwin and Lillian owned it. Oh, geez. I mean, that was our stomping grounds because we lived right there in Winchendon, right up the street, and we would go there every weekend, for Christ's sake. I mean,
Yeah,
every
that's
weekend we were in that house.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. To watch it evolve like it did
Yeah.
from the bare bones
It's amazing.
to
Yeah.
the bird's nest, and then how Ken and Nimi and
I
Marion,
know. Rest his soul. Ken put his love and heart into that place.
God
Yeah.
rest.
oh, it's
rest
beautiful now.
It is beautiful. It is amazing.
He did an
Yes.
amazing job. It's too bad he didn't get a chance to really enjoy.
I know. I know.
You know.
Rest his soul.
Cancer took another good one. Jesus, that stupid disease. I'm telling you.
I hate that word. Hate it, hate it, hate
Yeah,
it.
I agree. There's nothing
Yeah.
good about it.
Not a
So
dang thing.
after you guys did your initial investigation at the SK Pierce, what was the next stop on the Ghost Washers project tour?
I got us
Whatever.
into the old wooden jail, which is one of the old. Well, it is the oldest wooden jail in America.
In the country. Yeah, in the country.
That was very cool.
Down at Barnstable, Mass.
Oh wow!
Down towards the Cape, and that was pretty cool. Really cool. Just
Yeah.
like this old building, and they had cells up on the top floor and some cells on the bottom.
We have some
Um,
pictures and stuff on our Facebook page
Yeah.
when the girls
Yeah.
were there.
That's
Yeah.
pretty. That's awesome. You know,
Yeah,
I've
there was a-
I've never been there. I'll definitely have to check that out. That's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. You know,
it's definitely cool. Actually, still in contact with one of the guys that works there and runs it. They would like us to come back at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's definitely some activity going on there.
so you definitely got some interaction there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the old jailer
Yeah.
is still there, and some of the they picked up on a couple of inmates that one had killed another one. They were over in the
Thank you.
corner.
Wow.
But yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, you know.
Man, it was pretty active there. As far as that was like one of the Estes methods that like kept going on and on and on.
Yeah,
And
yep.
you guys were
That's
like
awesome.
fruit fly in front of my face. Yeah, and then they said like everything that I was saying was making sense. I was like answering them. Obviously, I mean, I have noise canceling headphones I wear for that, and I can't hear them at all. So like I just kept answering, and they were like, "Wow," when we were done.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was just like,
yeah.
"Okay."
That was a long Estes method.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
awesome.
where we took a picture too. That's why I was like, I feel like something's like over me. And then Kara had taken a picture, and if you look on our site, there's a picture of me sitting, and there's all gray, like all around me.
Wisps around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely something hovering above her on that photo and on our Facebook
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
Absolutely. Very
I'll
clear.
I'll definitely have to go check that out. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
powerful picture.
It just felt like something kept like coming up close, and I was like, "You need to back off. Like
Mhm.
you're coming too close into my field." And then they started like taking pictures, and one of them was like all stuff around me when everything else was clear, and they were taking them like back to back. So it was a pretty cool picture.
That's awesome. So I saw something about Lucy Keys and Wachusett Cemetery that you guys did an investigation at as well.
Yeah,
For-
the old meeting house cemetery. Yeah. I've been fascinated with the Lucy Keys story ever since Candace and I lived in Massachusetts and lived in the area. And Wachusett Mountain being as close as it was, we would go up there and sit in the cemetery. And Candace did some research about the story and stuff. This was dating back to the 1700s about an 8-year-old little girl who went missing from her family's farm. And it's still unsolved and stuff. So I wanted the girls to, experience the cemetery and meet me there because I was going to be up in New England. I don't usually go with the team to their investigations unless I'm going to be in the area and they invite me because this is their deal. This is their stuff. I don't want to have to get involved unless they want me to. But yeah, the Lucy Keys story, pretty amazing. Wasn't too much activity. We were just in the cemetery. We only spent like a little bit of time there, but yeah, if the viewers have an interest in the Lucy Keys story, just Google Lucy Keys, Princeton, Mass, and they'll read about what happened to this little girl. Well, they won't read about what happened, but they'll read about the story of how she possibly disappeared. Yeah, very sad. Very sad.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's switch gears. I know that you guys have an event coming up in Sturbridge. Gwen, if you have the graphic, we could put it up on October 3rd and the 4th.
Just the 3rd. Just October 3rd.
Sorry, that's the 3rd.
Yeah.
My brain.
That's
that
okay, bud. That's
The
okay.
3rd.
It's a daytime event and a nighttime event. 2 different events, the same place.
Wow. So yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about this event coming up and what people might be expecting if they get a chance to come down to Sturbridge.
I saw there was another team doing something called Dining with the Dead. And Jeremy, I used to do things called Dining with the Dead way back in the day at the Winchendon Historical Society, where
Yep.
we'd sit around the grand dining room and eat food and do stuff. So I thought it would be a good opportunity for the girls to get their name out there and to sit around and do some, lectures and talking and have some questions answered. And so we rented the Public House Inn. We have 40 guests coming. It was sold out. We started selling tickets in January and we sold out like 2 months ago. So it's been very popular. And we're going to have a full course meal and we're just going to do our thing. I'm going to be there. I'm going to demonstrate table tipping. The girls are going to do their stuff. We're going to have some nice food at night. And then during the day is the psychic fair, which is free to the public.
No, that's really cool. Maybe if you want, tell us about some of the vendors that are going to be attending this thing. If you guys,
Erin, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah. So we're gonna have you, Jeremy.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'll be there. I'm going to bring Twisted Tales to the Public House Inn. That's for sure.
Yep,
Love it.
My friend Maggie will be there with her table Shaggy's things, all her little things that she makes.
Nice.
2 Extreme Brothers are gonna be there. When I met them at where I've seen you before up at the Matt Warner's place, the Heart Stuff Hall.
Oh
I've
yeah.
done a few things up there, so I've met them.
Okay.
Put that back.
Gwen, pop that back up so we can actually have a point of reference over
Yeah,
here.
let me pull
There we
it
go.
up. Yes,
Love it.
thank you. So I'm not familiar with the Moonstone Mummy or Mystic Will. I thought those were Kara's things. And
Yeah,
then
this,
Sue, you can
some of the vendors,
Yes.
some of the vendors
And-
reached out and just wanted to join. So yeah, sorry, Sue.
No, that's okay. And my brother is the author, Robert Sanborn. And he's got a
Yes.
series of books. They're excellent. So if y'all haven't read them, read them. It's about Salem and witches and all that stuff. You'll love it. If you love any of that stuff, you'll love it.
Right.
If you
Awesome.
like adventure and fantasy, it's great.
Yeah,
they'll
he's
suck you in. Those
actually-
are good books.
yeah.
I was like, I remember reading the first one and I was like, wow, my brother wrote this. Like, this is awesome. But
That's
I
great.
actually just finished the one that has not been released yet, and it was great.
Awesome. That's amazing.
So, yep, it's still in editing, but I got to read it, so I'm excited because I get to read them first, and it's great. So I go through and help them look for stuff, and edit and everything.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. But yeah, his books are great. It's League of the Moon series. I think the first book is now called Witch of Your Dreams, but it's an awesome series. Like, you would not regret reading it. I can't say it. I haven't met one
Not at
person
all.
yet that has been like, "Oh my god, I didn't like it." Like, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is great. Like, your brother wrote this."
That's
You know,
awesome.
and they're like, "Can you get him signed?" I'm like, "Yes, I have to go so far, just all of, a flight of stairs to get him signed for you." So it's terrible inconvenience.
So
No,
this is going to be a very intimate, small setting. As you can see, we don't have a lot of vendors, and we just want everyone who attends it, free to the public, to be able to meet with the vendors and, share some stuff.
no, that's really cool. It's gonna be. I love the poster. It's gonna be a great time. It's at the
Thanks.
public. It's Public House Inn. Says 277 Main Street, Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It's about an hour away from me, but not that. No, it's
Not too
that hour.
bad. Yep.
No, not at all.
And the psychic fair is
Yeah.
from 1 to 4. 1 to 4.
Absolutely. Come on down. Check out the fair. Come see everybody. Aaron, you doing your candles at the fair, or are you not? You're not doing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Ghost Watchers are gonna have a table, so we'll probably
Yep.
have a little bit of everything on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was
Yeah.
planning on having the candles.
I'll have a couple
Yeah.
of my Lizzie Borden books and I'll autograph them if anybody's
Have
interested
some
as well.
wands.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah. Sue's got her wands and stuff. So it's going to be a little mishmash of a lot of fun things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely. I'll be down there representing the podcast and all the brands.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
it'll be really cool to come out and meet people, and 'cause that's what it's all about. When you do fairs like this or you do conventions, it's all about meeting people and getting a chance to actually interact. I think that, to me, that's the most important part. Is
I love
Yeah.
that. I
I do
absolutely
too.
love that.
I mean, I always
And-
feel like I'm awkward, but it's most of the time I'm trying not to read people.
And I wanted
I'm
to
like,
keep
I
it.
don't see anything.
I wanted to keep it free of charge because I wanted people to attend. I didn't want to have them feel like, oh, I'm going there for, $5 or $7 or $10 and, I didn't buy anything or learn anything. That's not our idea. Just get people in the door, meet the team, meet the vendors. You guys are all going to benefit, all the vendors are going to benefit from it. And I really wanted just people to come meet the team and then put on this psychic fair. Yeah.
it's a really great idea. And a place like Sturbridge, which is just so steeped in history alone. Come
Yeah.
on down during the afternoon.
Yep.
You could always shoot over to check out Sturbridge Village after you're done, because it's not that far away. It's all in the same
Right.
area. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I can't wait to
Absolutely.
actually. I've never been to the Public House Inn, so I think it's gonna be.
You'll
No,
love
me
it.
neither.
Yeah, we're all staying there. We're all staying there at the hotel in the historic section. So I'm sure after the event that night, the dining, we'll all get together and maybe go live and see what we can find.
Hey, what?
Absolutely.
Perfect opportunity to do it. If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it. And
Yeah. Yeah, we will investigate during the dining event and do table tipping and stuff. But
Right.
after that, for the people who can't, or weren't able to get a ticket to the dining event, we're going to definitely go live on our Ghost Watchers page after the event. Yeah.
That's very
We'll be putting information on Facebook so everybody can follow it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Everybody
Yeah.
who sees it, remember, it's a free admission. Come on down, check it out. The more the merrier. Come see everybody. Amazing vendors, amazing people, and that's really cool. Thank you, Gwen,
Awesome.
for putting that up on the page. So, my God, I think. So, what's next for the group as far as what's your next event that you're going to do? Do you guys have a couple more locations that you're chomping at the bit to get into, or do you have something lined up the rest of the year? What's going on?
Well, I will say that we have a bigger event planned. It's already been confirmed. It's September 11th of 2027, and it's at the Haunted Historic Hawthorne Hotel in Salem, Mass, which is one of
Hey,
my favorite places. I got to get my girls in there. It's a twist. This is not going to be your normal paranormal paracon. It's going to be true crime meets the paranormal. And I am in email conversation with Lori Cabot's people, if you pardon the expression, because I would love to have the official psychic of Salem, the official witch, of Salem, a little tired, Lori Cabot attend because of the true crime part, and I will tell you why. Back in the 90s, there was a murder in the Salem Willows of a woman named Martha Brailsford Conant. She was a direct descendant of Roger Conant, who founded Salem. And she met a gentleman by the name of Thomas Maimone on a walking her dog in Salem Willows. And he befriended her and she befriended him under the guise that he had lost his wife to cancer. So she felt bad for him and agreed to go on his boat with him on a sailing trip one day. Well, that was the last day she was seen, and her body was found by a Gloucesterman about 5 days later. But here's the thing. Laurie Cabot was instrumental in assisting the police, the Salem Police Department, in finding the murderer, Thomas Maimone, because she told the police that she saw him driving north, and he's at a large cabin on the Canada-Maine border, and they actually found him up where she said he was. So she helped them solve this crime. So because it's a true crime event, I'm trying to get her to attend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be successful, but we've got a lot of things planned for this. It's going to be really unique. It's going to be something different. And we're also going to document and talk about some of the other true crime stories that happened in Salem. So it's going to be a lot of history and mystery surrounding Salem, the paranormal and true crime.
That's very cool. And when we all know that the paranormal and true crime are intertwined all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's going to be exciting, something new, and we're excited about that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So
Absolutely.
after the public house, do you have any more team investigations like for the rest of the year, 2026?
I'm working on a couple of places right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's confirmed, but I'm in talks with the owners.
That's cool.
To see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
So going around the horn, a bucket list location that you would actually like to take the team to for an investigation.
Oh boy. Ha ha ha.
I love throwing twist questions at people. So
That is a twist. You got me. Sue, Yaren?
I'm thinking. There's so many.
I know.
We'll just pick off the one that first comes to mind. That's probably the best one to do.
Well, I will tell you that I would like to bring them back to Gettysburg and go to the orphanage, because I had an experience at the orphanage
cool.
that started my I never did anything psychically public. I used to do it just for family and friends when we'd have, events and stuff at the house. But when I was at the Gettysburg orphanage down here years ago, I was touched by a little boy down there, and I realized after talking to Candace, and that's when we founded New England Paranormal Society, that I needed to do something with my gifts, and that's when it all started for me. So I would love to get Erin, Kara, and Susan back to the orphanage. I know Susan and I and Candace and Eric did an investigation there, or a tour, but we weren't able to really get into the heart of the stories and the mystery of the orphanage. But I'd like to get the whole team down here to do that one time. So yes, that's my bucket list
Yeah,
for them.
I'd like to go to Gettysburg. I've never been to Gettysburg either, so
Yeah,
That's
I'll be
awesome.
back here next year, so you guys will definitely have to come back.
yeah.
So you would stay with the orphanage, or do you have your own particular bucket list, like the premier one that you'd actually like to investigate as a team? Anything
What do you think, Sue? Erin?
I mean, if I have to play any place that I could go, I would say probably anywhere in the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Wow.
I could make that happen.
That would be like closest
Yeah.
bucket list. Otherwise, we're going into like the catacombs in Scotland. So
Yeah.
Which just sounds cool too. Honestly.
Awesome.
that's probably like high bucket list.
That's
to go
awesome.
to Scotland and go to the
Let's go.
catacombs.
I'm not
What
wearing
about
a
you,
kilt. I'm not wearing a kilt.
Yeah.
You don't have to. We'll make Eric wear the kilt.
Yeah.
He'll do it. He doesn't care.
I love it. He would.
How about you,
Yeah,
Aaron?
he
What's your bucket list spot that you would love to go to?
Oh, there's so many, but closer to here, like Wilson Castle is a place I've always wanted to go.
Yeah,
I love
Vermont.
that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Proctor.
Have you ever been there, Jeremy?
Oh, I've been there
Yeah,
six
you-
times.
obviously.
6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Just looks beautiful.
It
I think
is.
doing like an official investigation at like the Mount Washington would be awesome. I honestly just love that hotel. I've always felt like at home when I go there.
Yeah.
which is weird, but I do, and
Mhm.
I just love it there. And to me, it's very peaceful.
Yeah.
I did go up there and stay in the princess room overnight, for a weekend with my sister-in-law, and we had quite a few experiences. We actually had left stuff rolling, and we brought our REM pods and stuff. This is back in like beginning days of investigating, and when we were gone, like I went back and listened to the recordings, and like the REM pod was going off, like nobody was in the room. So
Wow.
I mean, it was cool. And then I got woken up at night by like someone touching me and everything. And I was just like, okay, but I'm a pretty solid sleeper sometimes, so I think I
That's pretty
sleep better
cool.
in haunted places.
I'll tell you, I think the scariest place that I've ever been investigator wise is, oh my god, probably out in New York, Dan Clace's place. Oh my god, the Hinsdale House.
The
Oh,
Hinsdale
Hinsdale
House.
House. That
Wow,
place is nuts. Yeah.
wow, wow,
I
wow.
went there with Eric Knapp and the Ghost Boys from New Hampshire, Eric and Chuck Caron, and
Yeah.
we stayed overnight there in the winter, and it was freaking nuts there. We had to leave. I mean, yeah, it was not because it was cold or snowing. It was just crazy shit coming down. Like,
I
yeah,
agree. We were there a few years ago in the wintertime. We had done an investigation at the Wildwood Sanatorium the day before, and then we shot over and did the Hinsdale the day after that. And that place does not disappoint, I have to say.
and I'll tell you, Rolling Hills, the morgue, I'd never go back. And listen, I've been to a lot of places to investigate, but that was the one time that I had the hair on my arm standing up that would not go away for like a week. It was nuts in there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rolling Hills. Oh God.
Oh God.
The tuberculosis wing, the TB wing, that made
Candace was touched.
that
Yeah, it was pretty nuts there.
intense
Yeah.
is definitely a good word to
Very tense, very
describe.
heavy. I couldn't even breathe in there.
Was
Oh,
that like the most active location you've ever been to?
The morgue at the Rolling Hills is the most active I've ever been to. And then secondly is the Hinsdale House. I've had activity in Lizzie Borden, but it wasn't as deep, dark and demonic. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that word because I hate that word, but it
oh,
was
the good old
just,
T word. Yep.
yeah, the D word. Hello. Yeah. I blame my tiredness for saying that. I apologize because I usually hardly ever use it, but it was just very dark, very dark.
There,
Yeah.
there's
Very
definitely
dark.
there was definitely a lot of grumpy energy in the Hinsdale House.
Yeah.
And we experienced a lot of it, and I was just amazed at how such a small place from the
It's
outside
tiny. Yeah. And all the rooms are
holds
connected.
so
Yeah.
much paranormal energy inside of it. It really,
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my last question of the evening, I always hit everybody with it, so you can think about it for a second. I always ask people about their Mount Rushmore of horror characters, whether they're vintage characters, new wave characters, or whatever. So I'd like to have each one of you guys answer it individually, and that'd be kind of cool.
What scared us the most, or
Well, like horror characters, like whether it's from different film franchises or
I will
monsters.
tell you that I'm obsessed right now, and I'm going to interrupt you because I get chills thinking of it. I love the Insidious movies, and I cannot wait to see the new one
Wow.
with my girl Elise Lynn Shay, the actress. Candace and I watch those dang things. I don't care if it's May, June, July, August, September. We'll just stream those movies. We find those movies fascinating. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That's so cool.
Yep.
I would say the best horror villain, I guess you could say, that I scared the crap out of me, especially as a kid, was it.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, rest in
Yeah.
peace, Tim Curry.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
he
like
did
it
die.
came to
Yep.
mind, and I was like, yesterday Dolly, today Tim. Like,
Oh God, it's
what's
awful.
happening? But I mean, like, I don't know. I think I've always, even when he was in Legend, I was like, oh my God. And, I didn't realize that he played Darkness in Legend until I was older, which,
Yeah.
younger people watching this might have to go back, but watch it. It was a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Makes sense.
he was an amazing actor. How are you,
Oh my God, Aaron.
Aaron? What do you got for a
I
horror
don't
character?
know. I have to agree with Sue. But
Pennywise?
one of the scariest movies that's affected me to this day was The Exorcist, if that is in the category with you or not.
Yes, I agree with you, Aaron. That scared
Like-
me when I was a little girl. Yep.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
too young to have been watching that, and that scarred me ever since.
I think that's
Seriously.
the only one like my mom wouldn't let me watch because I mean I remember watching like Freddy Krueger, Jason, all that stuff at like 4, like my because I knew the difference, so like she didn't care that I watched it because it didn't scare me. And
Yeah.
I think the only one she admitted she made a mistake was letting me watch it because I was terrified of clowns, and that
But
just
the
made it worse.
Exorcist, yeah, The Exorcist, a lot of people say it traumatized them as a young
Yeah,
person.
I was afraid
watching
of
it.
Ouija boards after that.
Yeah.
It
And-
traumatized my brother.
Yeah.
Real bad.
No, I agree with you. You know, The Exorcist. I didn't watch that movie until I got older in life because
Yeah.
it just wasn't
Yeah,
my thing. Back
probably
in the day.
smart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one didn't get me. I think the Exorcism of Emily Rose, that one
That
hit
was
me
pretty
a little
good.
bit more, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, because I understood more
Right.
about the paranormal at
Yeah.
the time when I watched that, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of freaky. I think I slept with like my cross on for like a week after I watched that one. But I mean, as far as regular horror movies, I don't think there's really not. They don't like scare me. Like I mean, I'm normal. I'm human. I jump when something's like screams,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my god. But I
Right.
mean, like to the point that like I have nightmares. Probably the only one was it when I was a kid.
I know the one that messed me up bad was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When I first saw that when I was a
I
lad.
love that movie. I think
Yeah,
it's
that
so
never
bothered
campy.
me.
So cool.
That's
When I was
Yeah.
a kid, I
that's
saw
up
that
there.
thing and he came through that door with that hammer and nailed that
Oh
guy.
yeah, that was iconic.
Oh,
That was
God.
epic. Epic.
For a couple of months, I had to go up to a door and like knock on it and just and like originally when I was a youngster, Jason Voorhees scared the crap out of me because it's like
Yeah.
he came out of nowhere and I'm like, oh Jesus, I wouldn't go out in the woods. Nope, I was all set with
Yeah.
the woods too.
Love those movies. Love those Friday
I
the
think
13th movies too. Yeah.
Right.
one of the
No
other ones I
camping for
think
you.
was like
Yeah.
Puppet Master with the little dolls.
Oh,
Oh
I
Like,
know
yeah.
it was.
Oh
dolls.
God.
And the one that
Yeah.
comes out from under the bed. I used to jump from like the threshold of my bed. When I was a kid, I didn't like little dolls, but like I never had any of those little. Mine were all like stuffed animals. Like I didn't have the creepy dolls.
That's why
I
you
didn't
didn't
like
want to
them.
inherit my territories,
No,
right, Sue?
I don't do dolls.
I'm bringing them to the public house. They'll be there
That's
making an
fine.
appearance. Yeah.
They're just not coming
Wow,
home with
awesome.
me.
Yeah.
I don't
Territories.
take.
Oh,
I don't
they're
take
from
stuff like that home.
They're from the
So
French Quarter too, so you might love them at this point. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might, but like I said, my house has a personality, and it doesn't like certain things that come in my
Yeah.
house. So
Yeah,
they
definitely.
will go missing or just
Yeah.
get broken altogether. It's happened a few
Yeah.
times when I brought stuff in. Like all of a sudden, just be gone. Bring something home, and it'll be gone.
Very territorial energy. It sounds like that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
It's
and one quick
peaceful,
thing
but
I want to touch on before we wrap up is the collaboration for Erin's candles because she does an amazing job with all of her.
Oh my God, yes.
I
yes.
would be remiss if I didn't get a chance to talk to you briefly about all your candle work, and you make amazing stuff. And you and I were working on a collaboration that I'm going to be bringing with me up to the convention I'm doing in September.
It's awesome.
Twisted Tales and Wicked Wednesdays candles that Erin did an amazing
Awesome.
job. I sat there and I opened them all up and I smelled every one of them. I'm like, oh my God. I think my nose waved a white flag until like the 10th candle. Like, stop. I can't
I was
take
like, which
anymore.
ones do I choose for him? I don't know.
Yeah. Come to our psychic fair so you can get some candles, everybody.
Absolutely.
I'll
All
Yeah.
Some of
Reiki
our
infused
fabulous
crystals
stuff.
and stones.
Everything, you name it, we're gonna have it there. I mean, anything and
There's some
everything.
behind me on the table.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be lucky if the ghost train one even leaves the house because when Jean smelled that, I'm like, okay, that one's gonna cost me $14.
I always tell her she needs to have like coffee grounds so people can clear their nose.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. So one last thing. So where can people reach you? Check out what you got going on, stuff like that.
Yep. Our
Nope.
Facebook page is the Ghost Watchers Project. You can find us on Instagram and YouTube. And, reach out to us on Facebook or if you have any questions or, just follow our adventures. The girls are going to be doing a lot of stuff. They're rolling with some of the planning and stuff like that. I've given them free rein to do what they want. I'm just here to help out and to maybe coordinate some bigger events and stuff like that because I've done 1,000 events, as you know, Jeremy, over the
Yep.
years and all over the place. So yeah, just keep your eye on these girls. They're gonna do some amazing things.
Absolutely amazing. So I would like to thank you ladies for being on the show this evening. It's been an amazing
Thank
chance to
you.
bring you and the
Thank
Ghost
you.
Watchers project
Yeah, thank you.
to the forefront. So for Erin, Susan, and Lucky, this is Jeremy. Thank you very much. Gwen, take us home.